I've already talked about it's Owen trying to capitalize off of Technoblade's passing with his clickbait, but now we have two new people who have decided to do the same thing. Their names are Braso and DreamSMP Official. Now we're going to get into DreamSMP Official later on, but for right now we're going to talk about Braso. So Braso got called out for milking the Technoblade situation, and he decided to come out and show that he was putting his best foot forward by donating to charity related to Technoblade's illness, apparently. And after doing this, he got called out for faking the donation. So I'll play the clip of the proof.
Yeah, we're gonna donate $3,000. Let's click I'm not a robot. Yeah, let's just get it over with. $3,000. Let's click I'm not a robot. Yeah, let's just get it over with.
It's quite honestly pretty wild that the only reason he got caught was the fact that he forgot to put a comma in after he inspect elemented. I'm sure he's kicking himself about that. So after everyone called him out, he decided to make a response to all the backlash
About certain stuff. So you see, for the past couple of days, there's been tens, if not maybe hundreds of videos made on me, how I am the worst YouTuber that exists for making Technoblade related videos, and just a bunch of other stuff. And even videos like this, YouTube needs to terminate this disgusting channel. You know, that type of stuff people might think that I'm used to, but in reality, that gives me the biggest pressure in the world.
Honestly, it sucks that Braso feels like he's under so much pressure. But a good way to not put yourself under so much pressure is to not do something that is clearly going to be seen as bad by literally everyone, because it's a bad thing, you know, disregarding the fact that it's going to gain you attention, because obviously I'm talking about it, so many other people have talked about it, because they're all paying attention to him. And I guess you could say all publicity is good publicity, because it's always going to bring clicks and views towards you if people are talking about you. But in that same vein, your reputation is going to take a hit, and he's a great example of that. He is not looking so good on YouTube. I've had yet to find a positive opinion about him on the internet. Who's to say he really even cares about that?
And let me tell you what all of these channels talk about. They talk about me saying, oh, I will donate all the money to charity. And they're like, oh, but there's no proof. And oh, we're going to have to wait so long for proof. And that really pressures me. You have no idea how hard that pressures me. And my initial idea.
So again, sucks that he feels pressure, but still, you're making all these claims that, oh, I'm making all these donations and look at me, I'm this great person, and then you're getting mad because people are calling you out and being like, oh, well, I don't believe you, I need proof. You're lucky people aren't just making fun of you because of the ridiculousness of the fact that you decided, oh, I'm gonna make a donation and then post it so that people will enjoy me more, and then actually I'm gonna fake it. Some people get into a negative situation and then they just rush to the first idea they have, and it's oftentimes not a good idea. It's just a spur of the moment. Oh, let me do this, I'll go donate, and then they'll like me, and then they just dig themselves a hole.
He actually did it. So yeah, after all that pressure, I basically pulled a speed moment. Just like him lighting fireworks in his room without thinking with a brain, I decided to make the video literally right now without thinking with a brain. And as you can see, I got exposed for inspect elementing the donation, aka not putting a comma whenever there was a cut or something like that. And you know, a really dumb mistake for me to make. That just kind of shows my desperation, because
so when he says, oh, this is a really dumb mistake for me to make, it's clear that he's only saying that because he got caught. If he didn't get caught, he would have never admitted it, and if people really liked the fact that he donated, he would have just ran with it and been like, yeah, I donated, yeah, that's just what I do, I just try to help out the people, I'm a good guy at heart. A lot of people don't see it, but I'm a good guy at heart. That's for sure what he would do, just to look good. And when he says, oh, that just kind of shows my desperation, it really just seems like a hand wave type of thing for him. Like he's just saying, it is what it is. It sucks that I got caught, but whatever. I'll be fine, right guys? And at the end of the day, he probably will be fine in his life. I don't want his life to come crumbling down because of this, but I do think it's worth calling out and saying, hey, this isn't a good thing for anyone to be doing. I'd call it out if it was literally anyone, because it's ridiculous. And you keep trying to draw in sympathy when I feel bad for you on a little bit, because you are 15 originally. I thought he was like in his mid-20s because he sounds a little old, but he has said that he is 15.
How could I have not seen that? Really? How could I have not added the comma when I tried to donate the money? Well, because instead of $3,000, I ended up donating $300. The donation was real to an extent. I basically donated $300 out my pocket, but I didn't add Technoblade's $2,600, whatever it was. And I said that I donated it from my own pocket, but in reality, I don't even have that much money in my bank account. I literally don't. I have like, I think over 1,000, and that's it, because I'm a big spender. I just like spending money, and yeah, I just don't have that money.
So again, he's trying to build up sympathy, being like, oh hey, I don't have that much money, right? I couldn't even pay out of pocket. I don't own that much, which is sensible for a 15-year-old. You're not gonna have 3,000 lying around unless you're like selling drugs or something, or you're a popular Minecraft YouTuber, but that's besides the point. Why not just put $300? Then you don't get exposed, and then you just carry on with your YouTube career. Honestly, in the long run, it might be better for him to have gotten exposed, because again, that brings clicks, views, exposure, and attention towards him, and with that, he can make a lot more money through AdSense. I'm sure his subscribers will increase from this, and overall it'll be a net gain, because that's just how it is. Now, there was backlash to this response that Braso just gave, so he decided to come out with another video called Apology Videos in 2022 Be Like, and it's pretty bad. It's only a minute long though. I'll play you like a 10-second clip so you can get the general gist.
It's clear he has overcome this stupid behavior and will never replicate this ever again.
Are you sure about that?
Get away from my screen, John Cena. This is not a fake apology.
So yeah, as you can tell, it was pretty bad. Now, he ends off the video with this message right here, which is good to say, and it's good that he's taking some accountability, but until you see action, you can't really take a random apology serious. Honestly, I'm not going to be a person who holds this type of thing over his head, but this apology really just seems like too little, way too late. And as far as his reputation goes, I don't think he salvages that at this point. I think it's done, and it's down, and it's out into the gutter. DreamSMP official is an account that's not run by anybody in the actual DreamSMP, so it's not affiliated in any way at all with anyone in it. It just exists. It's actually run by a guy named Runalong, who is just profiting off the SMP name. Now, as of Wednesday, they posted 27 videos about Technoblade, which was an insane amount, and they posted around 5 since then. It's now Friday. Pretty wild. Now, Runalong has been questioned about their actions on Discord. Someone brought up the fact that they don't have the fundraiser linked on the side of their video like so many other creators do. He just responded with, "I'm still giving a portion of my money away." Then when asked about why so many videos were made about Technoblade, this was like a week ago when there was like 17, Runalong said, "The more I get, the more I can give back." Man Connor comes back with a good reply and says, "The more that goes into your own pocket too, right?" It's pretty easy to say, "I will prove I will give my money away to charity by the end of this month." And he goes, "No, I have other videos making money." But these Technoblade videos are also making you money. Like, let's not act like they aren't. Even if all of the Technoblade videos were still demonetized, you getting those views on those videos boost your entire channel completely. That's just the way it works. So no matter what, you're still profiting off Technoblade. In fact, this guy even has the audacity to put a disclaimer in the beginning of his videos to tell people to not skip ads, because that increases the amount of money that is given to charity, but it also increases the amount of money that goes into his pockets. Because if you look at the beginning of the disclaimer, He says most of this month's profits from this channel will be donated. That's not all. And nobody's going to be able to access this guy's like AdSense account to see how much he made per video, because he's not going to share that. I mean, this guy has already decided to profit off of names and properties that aren't his. So is it a stretch to assume that he'd exploit the death of somebody? It's not a stretch in my mind, but hey, maybe I'm missing something here. Maybe I'm crazy. Now, he came out with a response responding to Charlie and the whole drama around exploiting Technoblade, but the audio is really horrible and it's really not worth listening to, so we're not even going to go into it. I'll link it in the description if you really want to go watch it for yourself. It actually was so bad that it only stayed up for 23 minutes and was instantly deleted, and it only exists as re-uploads now. You would think a guy who can make pretty good thumbnails and runs a channel that's almost convincing enough to be an actual part of the DreamSMP would be able to have decent mic quality and not sound absolutely abysmal. But this guy manages to do it. And if you want to put yourself through that, again, link in the description, but I'm not going to put it here because it's just bad.
I'm finishing my DreamSMP story at the moment.
At the end of the day, people who do these types of things normally want three things: money, attention, clout. And attention and clout sort of are the same thing, but they're a little bit. Oftentimes people like this don't care about like integrity or actually putting their own work in, and they just sort of milk off the situation, as we're seeing right here. And because of that, people end up getting exploited, and thankfully, you know, Technoblade and his family aren't directly suffering because of this, but it's still a scummy thing to do. Honestly, I think Braso is probably the least bad out of all the ones I've talked about so far, with DreamSMP being the worst. So many videos, no proof of any charitable donation, and honestly, if he just weathers the storm, he could probably just keep all of the revenue, and he probably won't get taken down. There's probably kids out there that think he's an actual, genuine, official DreamSMP account. You know, originally, I recorded this video on Wednesday, but the audio got completely garbled and ended up sounding like this. So, on some level, I'm kind of glad that it got messed up, because I was able to include Braso's response, and I was able to collect my thoughts a little bit more on these types of individuals. At the end of the day, just given how big and vast the world is, these people are always going to exist in some form or fashion, and it's good to call them out, but you can't really give them too much for your energy. I've seen some people get like actually genuinely angry, and I understand that some of it is born out of a care for this creator that they've watched and they've grown up with. At the end of the day, I guess you kind of just gotta sit back, say your piece, and just let karma work its magic, if it works any magic at all. But on that slightly melancholy, slightly neutral note, I'm gonna end it off here. Thank you all for watching. This was an interesting one to make. Goodbye.